Hi, I'm Alana Peters. I'm a retired teacher and executive coach out of Central Alberta. I'm coming to you today because a friend of mine, Jennifer Belanger of Back Pocket Studios, asked me to put together a video about resilience in business today. I'm coming to share with you some strategies that I've found have been very useful in my both my personal and my professional life. First of all, before I give you some strategies, what I like to do is just acknowledge that resilience can sound like a pie in the sky sort of idea, maybe a little insensitive, maybe a little tone deaf in the current situation where we actually don't have a lot of answers or how the situation is going to affect us yet. Let me assure you that that's not why I'm here. I would like to be sensitive and to offer you some strategies forward. So, first of all, I'd like to talk with you a little bit about hope. Hope has been researched by a fellow named C.R. Schneider. Brene Brown references him in her books, and he talks about how hopeful people have a way of thinking. Hope is actually not an emotion, it's a way of thinking. There are 3 steps to hopefulness. Number 1, people who are hopeful have a goal. Maybe we need to manage our goals in this season. That might be the case. And so for you to make a goal for each day that is possible is going to be really useful. Hopeful people always also find pathways. They find ways to get where they need to go. And so pathways today might look a little different than they have in the past. And so I'd ask you to get creative about what your pathways might be. And then the last thing that hopeful people do is that they find the ability inside of themselves called agency, their ability to know that they can do this, to get to their goals and find their pathway. That's hopeful people. So I invite you to notice hope today. And the other thing that I'd like to invite you to do is I'd like to invite you to notice your emotions just a little bit. Maybe that's different for you. Maybe that's not familiar for you. So if you're feeling uncertain, if you're feeling risk, if you're feeling emotional exposure, I'd just like to invite you to talk about your feelings with someone who's earned the right to hear your story. When we deny our emotions, those are the things that will define us. So there are a lot of us who are experiencing grief in these days, and that is very real. And so to do so in a constructive way as opposed to just denying it is actually going to be an important structure for your resilience. Just looking at my notes here. I'd like to invite you to a place of asking some personal and professional questions. So what I do when I get up every day, and even at the beginning of the week, is I ask myself, what is the most important thing for me to do today? And sometimes I have big things that I want to do, and sometimes I have small things that I want to do. But what is the most important thing? And then I want to begin those things with the end in mind. That's the goal and the pathway. And so give yourself permission. I'd like to invite you to give yourself permission to make small and incremental steps forward, because the research also shows that small incremental steps are also the most sustainable. And so maybe a small incremental step today might be getting something done that you've been delaying. Something, maybe making a phone call that you needed to make that you haven't. Perhaps delaying your mortgage payment is the step that you need to do today. So those are the questions that I ask myself. And another important thing about resilience is to notice what are the assets that you have that you maybe haven't even considered before. What are the thinking strategies? What are the skills? What are the talents? Who are the people? What are the things that you have? This might even help you default to gratitude. So right now I'm sitting in a warm and comfortable house. I have food in my fridge, and that feels pretty good. So those are my assets. I have good friends, and I have good business partners around me as well. So I'd like to just reiterate, hope comes from goals, being able to establish reasonable goals. Pathway is being able to choose a way to get there, and agency, I can do this. If you'd like to talk further, my name is Alana Peters. My business is Now's the Time Executive Coaching. You can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn. And if you'd like to have a further conversation about ways forward with resilience in your business or even in your personal life, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I have complimentary sessions that I'm offering 4 days a week from 1 till 2. And I'd like to help you with with whatever is your burning question right now. So, Alana Peters, executive coach. I hope to talk with you soon. And take care and stay safe and stay well. Have a great day. Bye bye.